Ryan with Automotive Electronics. Today I'm here with my dad. We're going to show y'all a 92 to 97 F-150. Most of the time the speedos go bad and we're going to show you how to fix it.
Here's your 92 to 97 typical Ford F-150s. They'll usually have a lens over the top of them. We've already taken the lens off here. Simple removals, just 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 little T15 screws, and it'll come right off. You'll be left with this, and what we're going to do is we're going to just pop out these just pop out on the sides here. The little prongs in the back here will stab into these. That's how they come in and out. Start with the outside ones first, and they just pop right out. The speedometer is a little bit different. When you get to the speedometer, it'll just lift right out. There's no prongs on the back of this, and it's kind of an individual component within the overall cluster. This is typically what we see go bad. All right, set this stuff aside. Now I've got a bench rig here where I can power them up on the bench, and I'm going to try to get a good shot of what this one is doing. Get this plugged in. Power is on. Alright, so looks like it powers on because I can feel the tension in the needle. With it powered off, we're going to get a much freer, floppier speedometer here. This one's pretty floppy. These things have a dampening fluid inside of the gauge itself, which over years just dries up and dries out, and there isn't much getting that back in there. It's there's a process with a syringe and etc. I haven't had a lot of luck with that. So, but the further this one's problem, we have a bad display on this as well, because I did not see the odometer come up. Yeah, the odometer is not displaying, so got a bad display as well on this. However, we do have the ability to pulse these things, and what I use is this little device right here, which gives me the ability to inject a sine wave into the to substitute for a speed signal. Okay, so we're injecting a speed signal now, and you can see this thing is just all over the damn place. It just jumps all over. Now the way I got this set up is I've got power and ground going to pin 1, 2, and 3. So power is on 1 and 3 and ground is on 2. And then on 4 and 5 we've got this generator set up. Okay, so ground on one and power on the other. And I'm injecting sine wave at 1,000 hertz, which should give me 45 miles an hour. And we know this through trial and error. And you can see what this thing is doing. It's kind of having a seizure. So we're going to see if we can get this fixed. So what you have here is you've got a board. Give me the T8 or whatever it is. What is it on this? T15? Okay. You got a board on the back here. It's got torque a little bit on this. This board's got to come off so you can work on it. And this cable, this ribbon cable here, it's got a little slider right here. Slide it out, and then this cable will slide right out. Alright. These are rarely bad, and I already know, I've played with this one already a little bit. I already know that this part of the unit is good, with the exception of the display. Alright, well, what we see go bad on these all the time is this capacitor here leaks down, and it starts to corrode all the traces underneath it. And that does not look like the case here. So there's the underside of this capacitor. Doesn't look like it's leaking. However, it's a good idea to go ahead and change that capacitor. What I think might be happening here with this one, we got some discoloration from this component here. I'm going to switch back to this view. So what we were looking at, the discoloration was right there, and it's underneath this capacitor. So I was off camera for a moment. See what you can see here. This component here is lifted completely off the board on one end. So we're going to get that back on there and retest. I don't know if it's ripped the pad off or not, but I'm going to take it completely off and see what we can see when it's off. This thing will ever heat up. Come on, work. There we go, got it off. Alright, now we're going to go back under the microscope and start having a look and see what we can see about the damage. We've got a little bit left here that we could probably get this thing working, but this pad still looks like it's good. Well, maybe. No, that's jacked up too, so we've got a lot of damage in there. So this is just the ground side of it. You see it attached to this ground plane here. I believe that's the ground plane. So here and here is the problem. And here is the component that we're trying to reattach.
Does it need to be in a certain orientation?
Yes. This stripe was at the top, right?
Well, we got video evidence.
We have video evidence, but I guess none of us were paying attention, so we're going to have to go back and look at that.
We already found out, buddy.
Fortunately, we have many more boards, and we can tell exactly what's what. So, I want to see, try to get down and see what the hell we got left, if anything. Well, you can check this. It's pretty simple. Do a continuity check. Put your meter on continuity, like so. Test your leads, listen for the beep. And we're going to go from here to here. And that is actually still a pad underneath there. So if I get a hold of that, come anywhere here in the middle, we got continuity. And no matter where I touch on that one, I'm getting continuity. So it didn't rip the pads off. It just looked like it because they're discolored. Right there, they're looking shiny on the video, but this is the view I'm seeing from looking from the top with my eyes. And it looks like the pad's gone, but apparently it is not.
It's got a shiny little outline like there used to be.
So in this case, what we're going to do is simply try to add solder and see if it takes it. It looks like it's pretty successful. Okay. And the fix for this is going to be a lot easier than I thought it was going to be, because we will just reattach our... This thing's so slow to heat up when you take it up. Almost like it. And we're reattached. Alright. That should be good. We can do a couple of little checks to make sure. So this point here should have continuity to that one. And if we follow this trace over to here, we should have continuity all the way over to here. So it looks like we're good. Now let's get it all back together and retest. Alright, so we are going to put our board back on. And get hooked up here. Let's see if the little twitchy stuff went away. Power up. We should be sitting on 45. We are. And we don't appear to have any twitchiness anymore. Nice and steady. All good. This one's ready to go. We do need to check this display. I think this display just may be bad. So we found a good display finally, and as you can see here, it is functioning now. So we know we got a good board now. We got consistent mile/hour reading. It powers up nice, and the display is functional. So all there is to do with this one is put it back together and put it out. I'll talk to you guys a little bit more about it. Also worth noting, this chip right here contains information for your mileage. It also contains rear end ratios and things like that if your truck's not shifting right, etc. A lot of people refer to this as a PSOM. It's just an EEPROM. It's just another name for an EEPROM. Ford decided EEPROM wasn't a good name for it and wanted to call it a PSOM, which is something about programmable system, something memory. Anyway, it's just an EEPROM. It's a 9306. And the file that can, if you ever have one of these that is just destroyed, and it does occur because the damage that occurs here, you just need to read the information out of this chip right here, transfer it into another one, and you're good to go. But the file that came with your truck is very important because that file is got your rear end ratio. It's going to control shift points, things like that. So without the original file in your truck, you're going to have problems. So can you just take another one of these clusters and stick it in your truck? Yes, you can. It'll work. Just won't work right, unless you just get lucky and get the exact same rear end and everything out of it. And you would, in that situation, you would not have the correct odometer reading on your truck either. So what we do is, if we have to replace this board, is we read this file and we blow this file into another chip on the other board so that it is an exact copy of your original. And that's that. I'll let Ryan show you how this thing goes back together, and we'll go from there. So there's several things that we're going to have to do here. Ryan's going to go through it. This is his original speedometer head, which we want to use because the speedometer head that we found the display in, well, the face doesn't match. It's the same thing, it's just maybe it was a GMC or something instead of a, yeah, see the differential in the face, got these little hex patterns, etc. So we took the display out of this one and we're going to put it in this one, and he'll show you the process of getting that over, because this is a bad display. Alrighty.
Yeah, these kind of go in a certain order. First things first, before we put anything else in, we're going to put the right display in. You do that by taking this out. Just like that. Your display slides out.
You need some professional help?
You're gonna need professional help.
My sassy wife.
Now you just want to put that display in there like that. Slide this little plastic piece back in. Get your guiding pins through.
So this is just a prism. For these two lights here will shine in this prism. While you get this out, you want to at least clean the ends of it here, because that's where the light's going to shine and backlight that odometer.
Best way to clean all this stuff off, get a microfiber towel, See if that just brings it off. If it doesn't, you want to get some glass cleaner, something that'll get all that off. Now I believe you want to be really careful with these. This plastic can break real easy if you got it on a high torque setting. I'm actually going to move this all the way down to 1. Just want to be real gentle. Now we're going to want to put the board on. So this is the one my dad worked on since we resoldered this. The white display goes on the bottom side with this ribbon. And you want to flip it like this. So you got your pin sticking out this way. You want to line up the little prongs, slide them through. And you want to line up the ribbon cable. Make sure it's all the way in. Make sure it's all the way flush. Like you can't see any of the black, and then you push this down. I'm having a little trouble keeping the board flat, so I'm going to put some screws in it. Just searching around for a while, we finally found the screws. Once again, you want to be real.
Somebody hadn't cleaned the shop in a couple of days.
I clean all the time. You and Joe make it all messy. Want to be real gentle with these.
We leave our torque settings down if you're using a drill like this. Make sure you got a torque setting on it. We use it set pretty damn low. Keeps us from over tightening stuff and cracking a lens or something like that.
Now with everything in place, let's go back to our ribbon cable here. Make sure everything's flush. Don't see any of the black. Then you just want to push down. Of course, it's giving me a little bit of trouble there, but there we go. Just like that. Should be seated like that. And this goes in first. The speedometer goes in first. Make sure it's all flush. Give it a little brush. Let's take it out.
Yeah, you want to be careful. These little pegs here will snap if you get too aggressive with it. The best way to do this is just like we're doing it with a soft, like a paintbrush or something along those lines.
Here you go. So get microfiber. Just kind of see what you can get off. These clusters are very old, so you might not be able to get everything off.
Just a little public service information here. Roll your windows up. That's how things get like this. We're out here in West Texas, so dust is just like everywhere. Well, we're not in West Texas, but a lot of these trucks come from West Texas. We're in San Antonio, which is just starting to get green around here. Unlike West Texas, it's just like a dust bowl. Let's see, 90% of these clusters we get in, they look like this with dust all over them. They look horrible. These old 92 to 97s. Also, while he's cleaning, I'll talk to y'all a little bit. Where's that other display at?
Right here.
So these displays, when they go bad, there is literally nothing you can do. You're just done. This display, where it in the camera here. Okay, this display, when it goes bad, there's nothing you can do. It's got some little clamps down here. I guess you can mess with it. You can clean it. You can use some, 99% rubbing alcohol. You can clean one with these little pads where that ribbon cable comes in, and you can try that. You don't have a lot of success with that, and you can't buy these. You can't find these anywhere. In order to get one of these, you got to get another cluster. Now, fortunately, we have enough of these come in that we have extra clusters laying around that maybe something else was wrong with it, so we've got a few of these laying around. But otherwise, there's no other way to get one of those LCDs that I know of. If you know of a way to get one of those LCDs, just straight up buying one, drop me a comment. Love to know.
Alrighty. With that all cleaned up, we'll start reassembling the cluster. Speedo goes in first, followed by either your RPM gauge on the right here, or your fuel, battery, oil, and temperature gauge on the right, or sorry, on the left. Now these do go in order. The one with these holes here typically go like that. Just kind of want to slide them through these pins. They kind of just go flush in there. You'll feel it. It'll be real smooth, kind of flush feeling, just like that. Now the other side. Go. Just make sure everything's all in place. Most of the time, clusters have these little prindles or a little spacer right there. This one did not. So I'll just show you. Putting the lens back on.
Well, Joe just did a little research, and he did find some of those displays on eBay for $130 each. Trust me, find one of these clusters that displays working and just buy a cluster, because you can buy a whole damn cluster cheaper than than that amount of money for one of these little displays. I mean, $130, whoever you are selling those. Come on.
Alright. Your lens back on. Make sure your guiding pins go through right there. Most of the time, if you got good glass and not a broken one like this, you have to take these out. But on this one, it's already broken, so they just slip on by. Once again, Dad's misplacing a bunch of screws, so I'm just gonna get from our big old pile of screws from my dad's 20 years of doing this. These gold, I believe they're T10. No, they're T15, but T10 works, I guess. But if you really
selling me a little short. 20 years.
What, was it more than that?
I was doing them when I was younger than you. And I'm 58, so do the math.
I don't think I can count that high.
Ain't got enough fingers and toes.
Now these screws, they can be a little bit more forgiving, but once again, on these edges right here, you don't want to crank it all the way down and crack that glass like how they kind of did right here.
The safest way to do it is put them in by hand, unless you've got like a torque setting on the drill. So if you put your torque setting down to as low as it goes, you can drill these things in. Oh, that one's stripped. but it'll stop. And that, like this one up here would be this one. And that's some, that one's too, now it's too low to even get it in there. But kind of a little safety margin built in these drills.
Just like that, you got your cluster reassembled. Next thing you want to do, give it a little TLC. Get some glass cleaner, wipe it down. Get all the loose dirt.
What's TLC stand for?
I don't know, Joe, what does it stand for?
Oh, Ryan, what's it stand for?
I got no idea. I just know what all the girls say.
You two, yeah, such rookies.
Tender loving care, my boy.
Yeah, see, even Joe knew it was tender love and care.
Well, maybe I didn't get enough of that when I was growing up. Alrighty, you got your glass as clean as possible. What you could do, get some of this, wax it down, but I don't think that's gonna save this. Sorry, it's got about 20, 30 years of wear and tear on it. So
most people in a 30-year-old truck are just happy it's working.
Yeah.
And you can see it. But again, same with the display. I mean, all these trucks at this point got 250 plus to 500,000 miles on them. I mean, unless you're just monitoring that for your oil changes or whatever, do you really need one at this point? You know, I don't know. You know, that's up to your personal choices there. But you know, the speed ding working is definitely a needed thing. So definitely want to be able to get that fixed. The display, if it's out, it's not harming anything. The vehicle itself is still counting the mileage on that chip I showed you. It's just not displaying it up top. So I don't think you can plug into these OBD and find out. They're too old for that. But if you took it to somebody like us, we can tell you how many miles are on it if you absolutely have to know that. And we can get you a new display if you need one. I mean, it may cost you $130 for a new display if I run out of these old used ones, but they are available apparently. Well, that's it for today's video. I appreciate you guys watching. Always got a lot of love for you guys out there. Show this guy a little love. Get down there, hit the subscribe button, and like the video if you would. Hit the notification bell if you'd like to see the new videos as they come out. Anything else you got?
If you
Pro
could,
outro, baby.
if you could also, we love Google reviews. If you give us a Google review and tell us how much our videos help you in any sort of way, would hope you give us 5 stars. If if it's 4, that's fine as well. But other than that, thank y'all for watching, and we'll see you next time.
You're live.
So just start.
So you just start. Welcome to Automotive Electronics. Today we were working on, I believe it's 92 to 97 Ford F-150, and we'll get at it now that the delay is over, right? Are we done with the delay?
What delay are you talking about?
You do it then. You do the intro.
Okay. Do you have to restart the
No, I
thing?
just do it in editing.
Okay.
So whenever you're ready.
What's up, y'all? It's Ryan with Automotive Electronics. Got my dad here with me. It's gonna be a 92 to 97 F-150. It could be F-150, 250, 350. What we get in here a lot is the tachometer. No, not the tachometer. The speedometer doesn't work. I gotta restart then.